Hello everyone, this is Anomaly, also known as John, and welcome to another video from the $5 Journey channel. Check me out on Twitter, Facebook, and of course here on YouTube. Thanks so much for tuning in, watching the video. There have been a lot of things that have been going on, and as far as politics, as far as taxes, as far as the finance stuff. Not sure when you're going to be watching this video, but as of right now, our president is Donald Trump, and there's a tax bill that is really just going through the Senate. And if you guys hear the dog barking in the background, that is my dog Charlie. Okay, so pay no attention. He's very happy. He's an excited dog, and the kids are playing around with him. All right, but anyways, back to business. There's a lot of stuff going on, and one of I can't remember whether I mentioned this in the book, the $5 Journey, but I know that I've spoken about it, and I know definitely the concept is in the book, the $5 Journey. Make sure you pick up a copy. But that's something called spirit of excellence. All right, spirit of excellence. And sometimes I know I use terminology that's just kind of unfamiliar to some people. Some certain things I just make up on my own, or I've heard someone else say it. I'm like, oh, that's a pretty good term, and I just use that. You guys know how that is sometimes. So the spirit of excellence, all right. It's one of those things that is, can be kind of summed up in with 4 different kind of expressions here that I have, and we'll just go in each one of them really briefly. But one of the things in the $5 Journey, it's all about financial progression, all right? To take you from $0 investing up to $5 per day, up to $500 per week, and then to launch off from there, okay? So you can do bigger and better things, all right? So it's all about financial progression. And one of the things that you definitely need, of course, you're going to need to figure out your strategy, right? You need to figure out your goal. You need to figure out all those things. So you're going to need to figure out how you're going to get the $5 per day and then up to $500 per week. Of course, I'm going to be here to help out. And of course, make sure that you, if you have any questions, make sure you email me. You can email me at anomaly1977@outlook.com. I'll make sure that I put my email address in the link below. Okay, but one of the things that we really talk about is the spirit of excellence. Okay, and you need that. You need to have that spirit of excellence to take you from that $0, per day, per week investing, up to the $500 per week, up to $1,000 per week, up to $5,000 per week. You're gonna actually need that, okay? It's not gonna happen if you don't have a spirit of excellence, all right? Now, what do I mean when I say spirit of excellence? Spirit of excellence. Okay, the best way that I can kind of sum that up is looking at attitude, your work ethic, self-control, and also perseverance. So what do I mean when I say attitude? All right, because sometimes people say, oh yeah, well you really need an attitude of excellence. Isn't an attitude of excellence? Well, not necessarily. Of course you do need an attitude of excellence, but one of the things but that's only part of the equation. You need more than that, all right? So yeah, you need to have a good attitude about your situation. I tell my kids all the time that, having a bad attitude may not allow you to have a good day, but I guarantee one thing, that having a bad attitude will make your good day worse and your bad day even more worse. Worser. It'll make it worst. It'll make it I know that's not proper English. Okay, but you guys get the hint. It'll make your bad day worse, okay? It'll take a best day and just make it a better day, right? It'll take a bad day and make it into a worse day. All right, so you want to make sure that you have a good attitude. Okay, if it's a situation where maybe you found out some disappointing news, or maybe you were having some issues the day before and you maybe couldn't sleep, or maybe you're not feeling all that well, and you don't really feel like having a good attitude right about now because there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on in the news. Well, what I'm trying to tell you is just think about one of those, think about something that actually did work out well. You know, try to take your mind, take it to another place, take it to a place of like positive thoughts, of good things. Remember that first laugh, remember that first hug, that first kiss, remember that first car ride. Remember, you know, take it back to some place really, really good. All right, do whatever it takes to change your attitude. Because if you can change your attitude about things, you can also change your altitude. All right, so you can't go as high as your attitude, you know, as far as your altitude goes. You know, that'll be one of the things that will definitely limit you. So you want to make sure that, you know, in having a spirit of excellence, right, being able to financially progress, right, you want to make sure that you have a good attitude. Matter of fact, don't even have a good attitude, have a great attitude. All right, doesn't matter what life throws at you, doesn't matter what's happening. You know, make sure that you have a good attitude about things. It'll help you as far as how you're able to think, how you're able to interact with people. You know, because I mean, you guys have seen it where, you know, maybe you haven't really wanted to interact with a person because they tend to have a really bad attitude. They're really negative. They never have anything good to say. You know, the sun's never out. You know, those kinds of people. And you know, you guys know who I'm talking about. If you don't know who I'm talking about, it's probably because you're one of those people. All right, but anyways, we're gonna get off of that. All right, so attitude, work ethic. See, your work ethic will really, really propel you forward. Your work ethic, what do I mean by that? I mean just the ability to have something that you need to do and just doing it as best as you can. All right, now the person who has a good work ethic, right? Okay, two people, all right? Person one, they come in to their 9-to-5 job. They come in at 9 o'clock, they get in, and they leave at 5 o'clock or 5:30, right? Every single day, you know, they're there for that 8.5 hour period of time, and then they leave, all right? Now, then there's the other person who comes in at 8:30, right? Their time is 9 to 5, just like the other person, person one, but they come in at 8:30, all right? Now, they have stuff to do. Maybe their boss has given them a lot of stuff. Maybe they have certain deadlines that they have to meet, and they don't leave until 6 o'clock, until the work's done. Or maybe the work's not done, maybe the project is not complete until 6:30, right? You know, maybe they have something to do right after work, so, and they know that the project needs to be completed, so instead of coming in at 8:30, maybe they come in at like 7:30 because they need that extra time to really complete their project, right? Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Some of you guys are saying, oh, well, I only get paid hourly, or I only get paid to work from these hours to these hours. Yes, you're absolutely right. That is what you get paid to do, okay? But here's the thing. If you want to continue to do what everybody else does, then you will end up being where everyone else is. All right, when we're talking about a spirit of excellence, a lot of people don't have that. All right, so we're talking about doing something that is outside of the norm. All right, outside of the box. It's outside of what everyone else does. All right, that's one of the things that will take you to the next level. You know, because at some point, somebody is going to notice, you know, the effort that you put in, the fact that you are consistent, that you're reliable. If they give you a task to do, you will do it. And you will not only do it just the bare minimum, but you're going to do it with a spirit of excellence, right? In every single thing that you do. All right. So when they're looking to downsize in departments, right, which happens in companies, right? When they're looking to downsize, you know, they're like, oh, well, you know, I really don't want to get rid of these people, but, you know I do. And really, I can only keep like 1 or 2 people. Well, guess which kind of people they're actually gonna keep, right? They're gonna have you as one of those people that they keep. So make sure that whatever you do, that you work with, of course, with a spirit of excellence, but also that your work ethic is just really, really on point. Okay, I was having some technical difficulties here. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Hopefully everyone was able to still see me. Okay, so that's it. So that's work ethic. Now, self-control. All right, self-control means, and how can that affect your work? Self-control is, maybe there's things that you want to do that you feel you really, really should do, right? But you have stuff to get done. You have your goals, you have your strategies, you have that roadmap. Listen, you're on the last chapter of the $5 journey, or you're on the last step of that project, or you're on the last step of trying to put this business plan together. You're, those kinds of things. But maybe someone calls you up, hey, so and so, let's hang out, let's go, do whatever, right? And self-control is saying no to those things, right? It's delaying the gratification, all right? Because in your mind, you know that if you put this extra time in, if you put this extra effort in, if you could just say no this one time or this two time, or if you spend, instead of watching, reruns of Friends every night or Seinfeld every night, maybe you're taking that hour and you're dedicating it to the progression of your finances. Maybe you're doing your side hustle. Maybe you're reading more. Maybe you're doing one of those kinds of things. All right, so you'll find that if you exercise self-control, right, you'll see that a lot of areas of your life can really start coming together. So if you put that extra hour in, or that extra 2 hours in, or maybe you just tell the person, no, I can't really hang out because I have a business plan to write, or I can't really hang out because, I'm trying to work on my side hustle, click, or, you're texting them, letting them know, no, I can't really hang out. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's self-control, knowing when to say no, knowing when to kind of delay your wants, delay your desires, all right? So that way you can take care of what you actually need to do, all right? So that's self-control. And again, that's all part of having a spirit of excellence, all right? The next thing and the last thing that I put down here is perseverance. Perseverance is, we'll be talking a little bit more about grit, in other upcoming videos. But perseverance, basically what that is, well, you guys know what perseverance is, but how that plays into the spirit of excellence is, and the $5 journey is, if there's something that you need to do, if there's, you have your regular job, you have your family, or you have your school, or you have your work, or you have, maybe it's a business, maybe you have a sick relative, or you have some other stuff going on in your life, right? Maybe you got a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband, a wife, all those kinds of different situations. And you got to allocate time to those different situations. All right, and you come back home and you're just tired. You just don't feel like doing anything else. And your mind has been stimulated all day. You kind of had a bad day going on. Any one of those kinds of things that may happen, right? Those things happen, and but perseverance. What perseverance is when you come in from those long days, or from the trying time or something, instead of just kicking up your feet and putting your hands in your belt and grabbing the remote and start zoning out to TV, or instead of just jumping on social media and seeing what's going on with the latest news, or what's latest in the fashion trends, you're gonna actually push through those feelings. Yes, it's a little bit related to self-control. You're gonna push through those feelings, all right, push through those desires, right, so that you can actually accomplish what you need to accomplish, all right? So that's what perseverance is for. Perseverance is saying, hey, I've been knocked down 5 times, and I'm gonna get back up each and every time, all right? Perseverance is saying, yeah, I don't really feel like doing something, but you know what? By God, I'm gonna do it anyways, all right? Perseverance is saying, yeah, I had a really rough day, a really trying time. My car broke down, and this happened and that happened, but I got a few more paragraphs to get together for this business plan, or I have to remember to call so-and-so so that we can work on this side hustle together. That's what perseverance is. Persevering is pushing through what you don't feel like pushing through. All right, pushing through pain, pushing through struggles, pushing through procrastination, right? That's another thing. I think we have to do a whole video on procrastination, actually. But that's what perseverance is. Perseverance is pushing through all those kinds of things so that you can kind of meet your financial goals, whatever your other goals are. It could be another goal. It doesn't necessarily have to be finance. Okay, but in this case, with the $5 journey, we're talking about progressing financially. So that's how that will happen, through perseverance, self-control, work ethic, attitude, and all of it together is a spirit of excellence. Okay, thanks so much for tuning in again to the channel. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Check me out on Facebook, on Twitter. I will leave my contact information below, my email address below. Feel free to hit me up anytime that you guys have any sort of questions, any thoughts that you want to bounce back and forth. Make sure that you subscribe if you can to the channel, and give me a thumbs up if that's your thing, if that's how you're feeling. All right, until the next time we talk, thank you so much. Take care. Anomaly.